They showed me the road to heaven, then whispered that there was another God more powerful than Allah, and many more. You all are wondering how it happened. My name is Amina. I was young, very young, but somehow people said I carried myself like a woman who already knew her destination. I never understood what they meant until Allah began to test me. In the market, my name alone moved customers. People didn't ask for directions anymore. They asked one question: where is Amina's shop? If you wanted original cosmetics, fair prices, and peace of mind, you came to me. If my shop sold out, the rest of the market went quiet. Some said I was lucky. Others said I was favored. Every morning before I left my house, I followed the same routine. No matter how late I was, I never rushed it. After locking my gate, I paused. I lowered my voice and said, Bismillahi tawakkaltu ala Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Only then did I step onto the road. When I reached my shop, I said Bismillah before opening the gate. And as I entered my shop, I said Assalamu alaikum. People used to tell me something strange. They said my shop felt calm. Even when the market was noisy, this place felt protected. I only smiled. I didn't know then that peace attracts eyes and blessings attract jealousy. The women who sold the same goods as me watched. At first, it was silent resentment, then bitterness. Whenever I opened early, customers passed them by. When I traveled, the market slowed. One day I heard someone hiss, "She's doing something." Another replied, smiling bitterly, "Prayer, but not ordinary prayer." They laughed with me in public, but behind my back, they whispered, complained, and planned. One morning, I arrived to my shop and froze. At my entrance lay strange items: feathers soaked in palm oil, ashes, leaves wrapped with red thread inside a big calabash. People were watching. Some pretended not to see, others stared openly, waiting. My heart pounded, but I said nothing. I cleaned the place and opened my shop. The next day, it happened again. Different items, more deliberate. The third day was worse. Then customers slowed. Not completely, but enough to hurt. I, who once sold cartons in a day, now sold only a few pieces. One day passed, 2 days, a whole week, nothing changed. My colleagues watched. Some of them smiled. I became angry. I prayed angrily for revenge instead of protection. But nothing changed. Someone advised me to see Al-Fasuf. They said he was respected, feared, and known for results. I went to Al-Fasuf's place and explained everything. He told me some battles require special prayers. He gave me Opa prayer and said it was a special prayer created by their sheikh. He said I would do the special prayer for 7 days. I asked if it was from the Quran. He smiled and said, "It works." After 3 days, customers returned slowly. Sales improved. Hope returned. Then, on the 6th day of the special prayer, the dreams began. In the mosque, a tall, fat man stood before me. My wrapper was too short. I felt shame. I tried to pull it down, but the wrapper remained short. The man roared, "Who is sharing our Opa prayer? She is not part of us." I woke up shaking. Still, I completed the 7th day. I saw 2 tall, fat men, one in black and one in white. People ran to them for protection. Then a third man appeared, greater than both. Even the giants trembled. The black-clad giant pulled me close and said, "Hide here. If that man catches you, he will kill you." I said, "But the man in white is your enemy." He laughed and said, "Enemy? He is my brother. We only fight for our own people." I left his side and hid on my own. When I woke up, I was disturbed and went back to Al-Fasuf. When I told him everything, he was very happy and said proudly, "That is our sheikh." Something broke inside me. I told him I didn't want it anymore and asked for Quran prayer. He gave me Surah to Yasin and Al-Fatiha with fixed numbers. That night, I slept off while praying on my prayer mat. I dreamt of men praying Salat, but they faced the wrong direction and were not well lined. Then a slim, tall man in white came to me and said, "Welcome to our mix. The Yasin and Fatiha you recited belong to us. There are people before you who have done it. Since you made it here, congratulations. Anytime you call us, we will always answer you." I wondered in my heart, how can reciting Surah to Yasin and Fatiha make me one of them? He laughed and said, "Numbers." He said I believed in the specific numbers of Yasin to recite. He told me follow me, but I refused. I moved away and saw a gutter filled with rushing water. Across it was a field with short grass and a narrow road. Another man came to my side and pointed and said, "That is the road to heaven." Then added, "There is another God more powerful than Allah." I woke up crying and said, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim," to my left side and spat 3 times. Then I said, "Allahu ahad, la ilaha illa Allahu, ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allahu, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullahi." The next morning, another sacrifice lay at my shop. I said, "Bismillah, a'udhu bi kalimati lahi tamati min shari ma khalaq." I swept the items, tied them in a nylon, threw them in the waste bin, washed my hands and used disinfectant. Then opened my shop and said, "Assalamu alaikum," as I entered. And I prayed, saying, "Ya Allah, protect me, my shop and my livelihood from all evil. All protection is from you alone." There were no sales, no customers. At home, I thought deeply and realized Allah only wanted my sincerity, trust, patience, and consistency. Then I thanked Allah, sent salat upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, asked Allah for everything I wanted in my own words, and ended my prayer with salat, then placed my full trust in Allah. The next morning, I recited Surah Yasin without any fixed numbers. When I got to my shop, the sacrifices had stopped. I later heard that 4 market women were in critical condition. My market moved again, my sales returned, and I learnt Allah was never silent. He was watching, He was waiting for my heart to return fully to Him.